Welcome everyone, welcome to our third Starseed Circle, wider Starseed Circle. Before we begin, let me introduce myself and introduce a circle. We always begin the same, help to calm these nervous systems of ours, which go through an awful lot. My name is Liz, I live in the UK and I'm a Starseed. We Starseeds came as an army of light bearers to assist in the liberation of Earth from the dark forces. We could not have signed up for a tougher mission. The past decades have been especially dark, and many of us are feeling isolated and exhausted, our missions thwarted. Some of us fear we won't make it through liberation. I don't want to lose any more Starseeds to feelings of hopelessness, despair, and feeling all alone. So what is the answer to our struggle? How can we support each other and get over the finish line of the great liberation? Starseed Circle is a place we can gather together and share our feelings, our struggles, our experiences, and our hope. We need each other more than ever. As the divide between Starseeds and the sleeping masses seems ever wider, the darkness before the dawn is at its darkest. Starseed Circle does not replace doing our inner work or seeing a therapist or a healer, but it does potentially fill the void of aloneness, making the other challenges of liberation that much easier. If we are each willing to show up as our true selves, with love and compassion for each other, we can create a harmony and unity to sustain us and refuel our inner light. You may be thinking, I'm not sure I belong here, I've not suffered enough, or you have suffered so much you can't even begin to share. If you identify as a Starseed with awareness of the great liberation of Earth from dark forces, and you are in need of connection, you are welcome here. There is no obligation to share if you prefer to just listen. Imagine we are gathered together around a campfire in sister and brotherhood. We sit by the fire and tell the stories of our lives. We tell of what pains us and feel held by our brothers and sisters knowing how we feel. We share our hopes and vision, our dreams that most people would think are crazy. But we are amongst friends here, with no limit to our imaginations, with our memories returning of lives lived all across the cosmos. Welcome home, beloved Starseeds. Welcome home. Now in a Zoom Starseed Circle, we would go through the guidelines. I will save that for another podcast. And next we would move into meditation. So inviting you all to meditate with me as we set our space, bring in some protections and sync up together. Taking a deep inhale. And when you're ready, exhale. And this time another deep inhale, this time inhaling brilliant white light. And on the exhale, releasing any tension, maybe shrugging out the shoulders, the neck tension. Breathing out any darkness, any discomfort. And breathing normally for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, taking in another deep inhale, breathing in the brilliant white light, filling your being. And on the exhale, this time exhaling the brilliant white light. And breathing normally. I want you to imagine that we're all sat in a circle. Your Starseed comrades. And just notice for a moment everyone shining with their own unique, beautiful light. And through the centre of our circle is the pillar of brilliant white light, all the way down from source down into the core of Gaia. This is our particular light for our starseed circle, protecting us, inspiring us, comforting us. Just sitting with this image, this visualization. If you have trouble imagining and seeing, you might want to feel it or hear it or simply know it. And now I want you to imagine the violet flame, beloved violet flame, coming down through the pillar of light, surrounding us and our circle and running all through your being. The vibrant, vital violet flame. Beloved, authentic violet flame, please protect us from any darkness, physical and non-physical, and any negativity. Transmute anything of the darkness. Thank you, beloved violet flame. Breathing in, visualize the violet flame and running all through you, and breathing out, visualizing the violet flame. And holding this knowing or this image, this is a good time to welcome in any guides you'd like to have here with you in the circle. Beings of the light. As I take just a moment to do my own work around this. Welcoming in beings of the light who are here to assist and support our circle and enjoy our circle with us, who are your most trusted guides. Authentic higher selves, please be with us here today in the circle. We call on you to make this circle the best medicine it can be. And taking a final deep inhale and a deep exhale. And thank you for joining me in this meditation. You may want to stay in a meditative state as we move into the reading, or you may want to be awake and alert and sitting up. And as always be conscious of what you are taking in, what information you are taking in. Making your decision, what do you resonate with, and leaving all the rest. Our topic today, and the reading to follow, becoming a volunteer in the Great Liberation. Do we have memories of the moment we volunteered to come to Earth as starseeds? What feelings do we have all these lifetimes later? And how do we feel about the mission now? To take us back to what it might have been like, to inspire us, that moment of deciding to volunteer, here is a passage from the book Ocean of Love by Helos Aloe. We join three characters, Lenos, Vinu and Lan, being guided by Linana through a simulation of what life will be like on Earth before making their journey. Perhaps we as starseeds went through something similar. Here is a shortened edit of the passage beginning page 31 from the book Ocean of Love. Lenos, Vinu and Lan moved with curiosity to the data hall, following the rest of the volunteers. The moment everyone arrived, Linana saluted them generously as always. Welcome, dear brave beings of light, divine sparkles. I thank you for your determination to help in this problem of primary importance. Before you pledge yourself completely to the task, you will take part in an intense and detailed simulation of the primary anomaly, the negativity, the infected planets, the dark forces, and the current battle situation. You will experience and receive deep insight into what it is you are agreeing to. Lenos, Vinu, and Lan looked at each other in turn. They felt excited and insecure at the same time. "Let us begin," Linana proclaimed loudly, while placing a blue data crystal into a hollow hemisphere of the control panel, which was its heart. In response, the entire simulation gradually lit up, and after a brief moment, Lenos found himself in an alternative reality. He was in the cradle of the magnificent universe, between cosmic spheres and amidst the sea of 1,000,000 stars. To a certain degree, he experienced and lived through everything that the data crystal held within itself. He was inside all the information, every happening and event. He lived, felt, and understood the experiences as if they were his own. The simulation demonstrated the origin of the universe, the dynamics of the cosmic forces, the emergence of the dark forces, their occupied planets, and the resolution of this situation. At the end, Linana presented them with the question, "Well, are you ready?" And at once the astonishing simulation ended, leaving the volunteers with enough knowledge to carefully consider the matter at hand. When the illusion faded, Lenos woke, and his consciousness returned to the familiar, peaceful, secure, and unified reality he experienced during his entire spiritual evolution. He cast a quick glance at his friends, Vinu and Lan. Just like him, they were perplexed and completely taken aback. However, the steadfast look in their eyes offered sympathy, suggesting that they persist in their decision. This was most likely not true for the dozens of individuals who were still lying all around Lenos, either because they had passed out due to the shock or they were shaking uncontrollably. Unfortunately for some souls, the difference in quality between the two realities was simply too much to handle. After Linana's assistance assisted those who had lost consciousness and were not suitable for this assignment, the tenacious souls who persevered all received their individual missions from Linana in the form of an electric blue pulse of light. And this truncated excerpt from Ocean of Love, all copyright to Helos Aloe, 2020, reproduced for educational purposes. And we move on to sharing time. Shares are normally up to 5 minutes. In this wider Starseed circle, I'm afraid you guys only have the option of writing the comments, but please do. If you'd like to share today, the power of hearing each other's stories and hearing about each other's feelings and where we're at, it's a very beautiful thing, and that is the magic ingredient to us all not feeling quite so alone in this mission on Earth. So I'm going to indulge in a share for myself, so you can get an idea of the flavour. And a permission, perhaps, to share whatever you need. You don't have to share it on the reading at all. You can just share how you're feeling today. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. Oh boy. Well, the craziness on Earth continues. I know 2025 was bandied about by quite a few different people as the year. Finally, the year. But it didn't quite happen, did it? It didn't quite happen. I do feel that massive amount of progress has been made, but we're still here, and it was certainly a huge adjustment for me to think, wow, okay, let's do another year. Come on, everybody. And I mean, all the parts inside me. Yeah, that's an IFS reference. Internal family systems, all the parts in me. Okay, guys, we're doing another year. Come on. This reading, it was lovely to revisit this reading. This is one we did in the actual Starseed Circles about 9 months ago. Feelings about it. Yeah. A few thoughts come up. Yeah, did I go through a simulation of what Earth was like before coming? Wow. I'm just not sure I would have come. I'm just not sure. Oh my goodness, some of the things I've experienced, they've been so dark. Holy moly. If I had experienced that before, I mean, having now experienced the anomaly on Earth, after every encounter with it, and there was some pretty dangerous encounters with it, afterwards I was like, never, ever, ever again. Never again. Under no circumstance whatsoever. And me and a starseed friend, we joke about this. It's like, right, if we're ever in that situation again, Liz, on oh gosh, on our beautiful, beautiful serene, what were the words that Helos used? Peaceful, secure, unified reality on a home planet where everything's beautiful. If we're ever there thinking, I'm a bit bored. Not that you'd get bored. There's no boredom there, my goodness. But if we did think, let's go and rescue another planet, we've made a pact just to tell each other, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'd love to volunteer again, but no, someone else needs to do that now. I've done my time. That was horrendous. That was like beyond anything my soul could endure. Never ever again. So that's what oh boy, that's what comes up for me on reading this reading, and my heart just kind of wants to explode at the same time. Like, oh my God, all of us were just. I'm supposed to be, shares. We're supposed to stick to I statements. I shouldn't be saying we and all of us. Ideally, it's fine sometimes, but keeping the focus on me. I feel that. It was just so brave but it's what a being of light does. As a being of light, it's just something I would naturally do. I always think of it as like, I don't know, if you see a child running out into the road, you grab the child. If you see a planet going off track and becoming a hell planet, you grab it and you bring it back. It's just such an absolutely natural urge. And these are powerful, powerful forces in my soul of, I've got to reach out and just grab the child. I've got to reach out and grab the planet. And so I know why I volunteered to come here. And if I had experienced this darkness, then I would have, just like the characters in the book, I would have just been so shocked and appalled that any of this could exist. That any of it could exist. And that massive urge to just wipe it all out completely. And, sometimes I have, in my most despairing moments, I have just been like, dear God, please, why didn't you reset this already? Please, yeah. And that's where, there are such bigger forces at work here. And I kind of do believe that we have to see this through so it never happens again. But there's a massive part of my soul still, which is just like, just end this right now. All the suffering, it's too much. It's just too much. And I know, and I listen to like other starseeds who are in a very different place to me, and they've had quite a nice life, really, certainly with challenges. But they're secure, they've got everything they need, and they're coming from such a different place. Or that they're just not the jaded, bitter, spent way too long with the anomaly. I don't know what makes a difference, but that's not me. I'm just not that starseed, which is like, yeah, I am that starseed. It's like, yeah, bring on the liberation. But I'm not the starseed saying, I'm just excited. I'm just excited for it now, and everything's okay, and I can deal with the challenges in my life. I am not that starseed. I've been on the floor, the absolute floor and below, and I'm in a actually slightly better position now, which is the only reason I can run this podcast and Starseed Circle. Yeah. So that's what the reading has brought up for me today. That is my time. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me. So next in Starseed Circle, we move on to, once all the sharing is finished, we move on to the second meditation. So this meditation is more of a healing meditation. and I try to shape it in light of the flavour of the meeting. I just feel that we starseeds, we do so much outward work, the mass meditations, the clearings, just beings of light in our daily lives. And this is a space we can sort of bring it home. What do we need? What sustenance do we need? So when you're ready, everyone, those who would like to join me, taking a deep breath in and once again filling your being with brilliant white light. As we settle back into this space, imagining, knowing that we are sat in a circle. Imagining we are physically together, sat in our circle, in our beautiful starseed temple. I like to think of it as a temple. I want you to imagine whatever is the most beautiful setting for you. For me, it's a temple with nature all around. The pillar of brilliant white light descending from source, from the heavens, through the centre of our circle like a brilliant white fire, and down into the core of Gaia. And we can breathe in this brilliant white light. And as it fills us, we are reminded that we are beings of light, filled with joy. And as we exhale, releasing any tension. And seeing, visualizing, or simply knowing we're all sat in the circle and all glowing with our own particular, unique and beautiful light. And all the guides of authentic light that have been invited into this circle, standing and sitting around us. As we sink down for a moment into the intention for this circle, which is ultimately healing. And healing begins perhaps with, as we look around our circle of starseeds to each other and to all the beautiful beings of light present here with us, that all of us know what it is to have come to Earth. All of us know, all of us have had our hearts opened wide to the suffering here. And in a moment of deep reverence, we just hold this in our heart for a moment. And to know we are not alone in holding this as we look around our circle and see so many beings present. Beings who hold this knowledge with us. And alongside this beautiful, heartfelt holding of the suffering, holding also the knowledge that we all came here to restore love, to restore peace, to restore truth. That our deepest longings include liberating all of the children, turning suffering into smiles and freedom and play as God's children. As we continue to breathe consciously, gently, perhaps taking a deeper breath in, sitting with all of this awareness and knowledge, and then we are not alone. Honouring deeply the decision we all made to volunteer. And what incredible honouring and recognition comes from all the realms of light poured onto us. They know what it has been to come here. Everything we have sacrificed, everything we have endured, everything that has taken too long, the missions and the soul expressions thwarted, and all the realms of light and God and Goddess hold this with us. All the light we need to surround and hold any hopelessness, to hold our grief, to hold our sadness. And in this holding and feeling not so alone, perhaps a tiny thread emerges. When we can be so deeply with ourselves, with everything we have experienced, that tiny spark of light reignites. That all things will be well. That all manner of things will be well. That it has taken too long and we are still here. And no matter how exhausted, no matter how thwarted, simply being here, we hold the light. Being with our feelings is an act of being with the light. Coming together is an act of the light. Breathing deeply is an act of light. And perhaps we follow that thread, that spark of light, that all things really will be well, that all of our dreams really do come true, because our dreams are already a reality, and all the rest of the multiverse, that it only overlays and veils, that trick all of humanity in believing this is not already a paradise, and that we are unravelling those veils. And as we take a deep inhale, perhaps becoming aware again of the circle and everyone in it, and all these beautiful beings of light, all of the guides present, and all the realms of light protecting us from above, and Gaia holding us from below. And perhaps take for a moment, what is the medicine you most need to take from the white fire today, the white fire of our circle, the pillar of light running through our circle? What do you most need to hear today? What do you most need? What is going to fortify you through the week? And wishing this for each member, that everyone receives what they need today and every day in every moment. Taking a deep breath in. And we'll just end with imagining the flower of life sphere, the beautiful, multicoloured, vibrant, living flower of life sphere surrounding our circle and surrounding ourselves, and we can take this with us through the rest of the week. As we take another deep breath in and a final deep breath out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time and your attention today. And so, wrapping up the meeting, sharing in circle and listening to our Wider Circle podcast can trigger memories and emotional responses. Please take care of yourselves after circle if you'd like to. We always do this in the meetings as well. Share in the comments if you'd like to as to what your self-care after listening to this will look like. Mine is going to be taking a shower, a nice refreshing shower, and then I think I'm going to get to the river. That's my soul place, by the river. In a moment there is opportunity to hang out, so normally in a circle there would be, to chat and to get to know each other better. Again, we can do this in the comments, which is great. Please join us again. The more we spend time together, the more opportunity for circle to impact our lives and well-being. And please join us again. The more we spend time together, the more opportunity for circle to impact our lives and well-being. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your fellow starseeds. You just showing up here is a massive support to your fellow starseeds. Until we meet again, may God and Goddess be with you.